So Simon, with both Manchester United and Liverpool now in play for potential buyers, which of the two clubs is a more attractive investment?
Manchester United.
Go on.
I think if you look at Man United as a business, you look at them as an entity, and you look at them as a... Listen, you know, over the last 9 years, we've seen a marked decline in Manchester United, and we've seen Liverpool's stock increase, and they become more competitive in the Premier League and ultimately winning it. But when you are the poster boys of the Premier League for 75 to 80% of its natural life, and when you have this livery, this iconic positioning, and this worldwide vantage point from the fans' views, and I know Liverpool
have got that, haven't they?
Not to the same extent as Manchester United. And if you look at the nature of Manchester United as a commercial business against the nature of Liverpool, there is a difference. There's a significant difference. Manchester United are probably the only football club that could have done, and people will say, well, I don't like this particular argument, but it happens to be a matter of fact, that the only club that could have been bought the way the Glazers did, which was loaded with debt, service the debt through the club's own cash flow, yet continue to generate inordinate amounts of money, inordinate amount of media interest. There's no club in the world that generates the same level of interest. And some would say in recent times it's because Man United has been a car crash. Another would say because it's sheer and utter column inches that are generated by a club that is so iconic in its positioning, whether you go back to the Busby Babes or you go on to the George Best of the time, or you move into the situation where Ferguson and the Premier League, which changed the whole game, the whole dynamics of world football or domestic world football. The Premier League was that game, and Man United was so deeply entrenched and pivotal in that I think they are in a position where they're unassailable in the minds of those that want to buy brands. And Man United is a brand. Man United fans might not want to hear this, but we're now talking about football clubs being in play. The genie's out of the bottle.
How much would it cost Jim Ratcliffe? I mean, they're talking in excess of 5.
I doubt that Jim Ratcliffe would do it on his own. I think it would be a combination of Jim Ratcliffe and a variety of other people coming in with private equity mentality. I doubt, despite what people may want to believe, that this will be an entirely philanthropic investment from Jim Ratcliffe, because there's significant monies being invested here into a football club. I said to you about 6 weeks ago that Manchester United would be somewhere in the region. The Rain Group are in it. They can see it. But once the bankers can start seeing they can make money out of football, and they can see that there's a sustainable interest in there, they'll start to rev it up. And that seal was broken with Chelsea. United will be in the 6 to 7 billion bracket. Now, we talk about influencers, we talk about businesses that can be bought, that can be leveraged off it. Elon Musk has just bought Twitter for 44 billion, and that's not a business that has any particular commercial returns. It's a whole raft of other things that he'll get off the back of Twitter. And United are that. So I think of the two, and of course the timing of this. There's money in the market. United aren't going to let Liverpool take some of that money out of the market and subsequently diminish the opportunity for them to get top dollar. So there will be timing to this.
So if Manchester United go for 5 billion plus, let's say for argument's sake,
they'll go for more than 5 billion.
They'll go for. What do you think?
I think they'll go north of 6 if they go, and it's not guaranteed. The Glazers, the Glazers
would never stop before like that, though. They stopped to talk to James on Sky News.
Sure, the landscape has changed. You've had an interview that's been done by an iconic figure that has created some adverse publicity. Maybe it's the time. They're also in play. They want to raise some more. They're going to do one of two things. Unequivocally, you've just learned they're going to do one of two things. They're going to raise some cash, because he's told us. Glazer told us.
Yeah.
Or the board has made a decision to look at the best way to get investment into this business. Now, their share price, let's be clear about this, their share price is at a 52-week high. It's jumped up by 25%. It's increased the value on paper of this business. Ronaldo's little interview and the subsequent scenario around the Glazers suggesting they might be prepared to take more investment and sell the business has increased the market cap of that business by best part of 500 million.